Hi, I'm David Norris, and I'm serving up the perfect podcast, Pompey Platter with Ross, Daz and Haz. Play up, Pompey!
Murphy scores! A magnificent goal! That's just wonderful from Josh Murphy! Shaughnessy, great saving! Shaughnessy at the near post! Chance for Colby Bishop over the goalkeeper, off the post and into the back of the net! Colby Bishop! Lang's got his fourth! A fourth for Callum Lang!
Hello everyone and welcome to Pompey Platter Podcast, Season 2, Episode 35, Locked, Cocked and 2 Smoking Wins. I am joined as always by two smokingly hot lads in Haz and Daz. How are we?
That was the loveliest intro I think you've ever done, and I feel so privileged. I'm very well, thank you, Russ.
Buongiorno. I'm very well, thank you very much.
He said it in Italian this
He
time,
did
not
Italian
French.
this time,
So
yeah.
he's broadening his European languages.
Well,
He's gone from bonjour to buongiorno.
Italy is one of my favourite countries. I obviously went to Verona last month, so still got it in my veins.
Lovely job. Right, we got a lot to go over, boys. Two brilliant wins from Pompey against Middlesbrough and Ipswich. And then obviously you got two previews of Leicester and Coventry. We also got a few other business to talk about. And then obviously, Daz, I didn't ask beforehand. I'm assuming your laptop's with you and ready to go with your dazzling darts.
It is.
And Haz is always ready with his Harry's Who Am I?
Mate, it is sorted until episode 15 of next season. That's how far we've got.
But you're forgetting something though, aren't you?
What's that?
You've got a load of World Cup ones to do.
Oh, fuck. Okay. What, so I've got to do guess the England players, have I?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And maybe we make it that they had to appear at a World Cup, because otherwise you could just pick someone that...
Yeah, someone in the squad. Yeah.
Yeah, they had to be at a World Cup. I mean...
All right, we'll think of that. We'll come across that in a few weeks.
Yeah, because it's not long now. Right, so let's pick up then, shall we? On Saturday, Pompey 1, Middlesbrough 0, thanks to Chaplin's Chappers. Daz, I know you said you didn't really get to see much of the game, but let's just go straight to it. Where the fuck did that come from?
What, the goal? Well, it was a well-worked set piece from Michael Doyle, wasn't it? So,
down to the fucking balls.
Yeah. I mean, it's a prime example of like staying in a game, and then if you work hard enough, put a lot of effort in and defend well, then you've always got a chance of nicking, like whether it's a point or whether you can nick all three. Obviously, I didn't watch the majority of the game anyway. I've seen the highlights and stuff like that, and it looked like we defended pretty well for the majority of the game. Okay, I saw a couple of mistakes. I think there was a misplaced Bishop pass, which I think Middlesbrough probably could have done better. I know Dia got himself in a good position to stop the ball going square and potentially the lad finishing it, but it looked and sounded like we defended like our lives, like
beavers.
Like beavers, yeah.
We defended like, do you remember that with Chris Kamara?
Yeah.
They're defending like beavers.
Well, that's it. I was trying not to say that.
Oh, you got to say it.
Which is why I got tongue-tied, because I went somewhere else. But yeah, so as I said, it's a prime example, as I said, of staying in a game and then see what happens. And you need a little bit of luck. I don't think we've had a lot of luck this season that I could think of off the top of my head. So when you work that hard, defend that well, then sometimes you do get that bit of luck, and we got it right at the end. I don't think I did listen to the last part of the game and stuff like that, heard the goal. I don't think my heart would have taken it if maybe we had made it 1-0 with another 10 minutes left to go. So I was glad it was pretty much the last kick of the game.
Yeah, and it was one of them. Like I felt the first half was just a boring 0-0. Not much happened. They had a few shots from range. But the second half, I'd say to about the 80th minute, you just thought they were going to score. Schmid turned into Schmid of old. Dia was unbelievable. Paul and the back four, we defended solid. Dazzla made a mad block. But then from the 80th minute, I felt like if anyone was going to score, it was us, because we kept hitting them on a counter-attack. The only issue was we were sucking at it. We were so poor going forward.
I think when you play the way that we decided to play, and I have no issue with the way we're playing, especially you're going away to a team like Middlesbrough, despite them not actually winning at home since January. They're a team under Kim Hellberg that like to have the ball and like to have possession. So rather than fight them at it, which is probably where we would get unstuck, is do what other teams have done to us, like Hull and Sheffield United and stuff. At here, they let us have the ball and defended, and we did it to someone else finally, which was kind of what we've been needing to do. But when you play like that, the longer you go without conceding, the more you grow. Not only you grow in confidence defensively, thinking, yes, we'll keep a clean sheet and we can do it. The more, as you say, from the 80th minute onwards, the more in confidence you think, boys, we can nick something here. We get a chance. We get a corner. We can nick something. And it's exactly what we did. It's a proper smash and grab. And they probably only had 3 or 4 big chances. It wasn't like they were peppering our goal for the whole 90 minutes, I would say.
Oh, no. First, as I said, first half was just nothing, really.
Well, you had Nico tipping over McGree's shot, Dazzla off the line. You had Conway had a go down the left where Nico put it out for a corner. I don't know if I'm missing anything else, but they're the 3 that come to mind. And apart from that,
it was there was nothing clear cut.
They were all fart no poo, really, weren't they?
There was one moment where they broke away and I can't remember the player's name, lost it under his foot, and that allowed, I think, Devlin to come back and just take it off him. But if he got away, then, that would have probably been the only time they actually got past our back four, who have been incredible of late. And a shout out to Jojo, who's just settled in really well.
Yeah, he has. He's been immense. He's probably gone above our expectations. The fact that he only joined in January, their season in Scandinavia had finished in, I think, November. He was only a couple of weeks into a pre-season over there when he joined. He doesn't look like he's lacking any kind of fitness. And also the fact that he's keeping Hayden Matthews out, not only of the team, he's keeping him out of the squad. Yeah. Hayden Matthews is fit, but Messino's picking Jojo over Hayden Matthews. It says a lot. One, about Hayden Matthews, but we're looking at the point of Jojo. The fact that he trusts Jojo more than Bowat. I know it'd be on the wrong side, but than Bowat, it wouldn't be on the wrong side for Bowat. Bowat, Matthews, obviously Josh Knight has come back, but he can't play for us now that Bianchini was involved the other day. The fact he's trusting a young guy that's just arrived for a couple of $100,000, kind of at the end of the window on deadline day, says a lot about his character and how well he's come in.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I can't remember who it was. He came Swansea, I want to say his debut was, and he sort of had a bit of a mixed bag. But then was it Norwich away? He was excellent, and he was excellent again. And there was part of me that thought actually he was probably going to play Tuesday night, and then kept shots for Saturday. But we'll get on to that in a bit. Anything else to talk about other than Chaplin's balls and I want to touch him?
Crikey.
You know, there was a few moments in the first half where we actually played some decent football, but no one wanted to shoot.
No.
And it was and Sega's just showed, just fucking have a shot. You just never know what could happen.
No, exactly. And you have a shot. If you don't buy a ticket, you can't win the lottery, right? So you have a shot. And as Daz said earlier, the fact that we haven't really had that kind of luck go our way this season, a fair amount of it has gone against us. So the fact that we got a bit of the rub of the green for once, and without Colin Chaplin's knob literally saving our season, it would have been very different going into Ipswich, because we'd have gone in, obviously a draw away at Middlesbrough is a decent result. But with Oxford winning, we would have been into the relegation zone, and it would have Tuesday night would have felt very, very different. But it almost took
the pressure off.
It took the pressure off, and we were kind of thinking, well, I was anyway, that Ipswich was almost a free hit anyway because it was the game in hand. But with that last minute goal, it really meant it was a free hit. Yeah. Whether what we did, as long as we didn't get battered against Ipswich, it didn't really matter. But the fact that we managed to get that win just eased it off a bit, and it was less pressure on us.
I mean, it's another example of a late goal and what it can do for momentum and confidence and things like that. I've said it before, the goal we conceded away at Blackburn, I think that killed us for a little bit. And then, obviously, luckily we had a bit of a break after QPR, which I think we definitely needed. And then we came back, and then we've found a way to get results. And I think that's down to Norwich. I think Norwich helped us out a bit because they didn't play particularly well. So maybe they let us back into the game, and that had us going forward. The late goal and how we performed against Oxford, I think that pushed us on even more to get and give you a bit of confidence. Go to Middlesbrough and defend well, because we defended pretty well with 10 men against Oxford for the majority of that game. So, and it gave us that confidence, and then scoring a last minute winner away at Middlesbrough, who were second at the time, with the second or third, gives you so much more confidence coming back to Fratton Park and playing a very, very good Ipswich side. And it showed.
Yeah, well, moving on to Tuesday night, I actually felt walking in, there was a bit of a buzz about the game. And I think I said it last week. I know I definitely said it to people I know in there, but I'm sure I said last week, I hope we treat it like a cup game. I hope we treat it as just let's just fucking go for it. And there was a bit, I don't know, I just felt there was something in the air Tuesday night. And, probably other than, I wouldn't even say a shaky 10 minutes, but 10 minutes of, Williams looked a bit iffy a couple of times. Paul did a weird, every time he tried to clear the ball, it kept going behind him and he'd get him to run around after it. After that, it was literally solidly Pompey the whole way through. Probably the best performance, not just this season, but since we've been in the Championship. Would you agree, Daz?
Yeah, I think it was a overall performance, wasn't it? Sometimes you can be I suppose against Middlesbrough, it's more of a very good, solid away defending performance. Where I think on Tuesday it was a more overall great performance. Obviously Ipswich had that first 10-15 minutes where they looked quite dangerous going forward. But I think we dealt with it again pretty well, because when you got playing a team like Ipswich and the quality they have, especially in that final third, you've got to expect that they're going to have opportunities. It's just the way it is, isn't it? Like when you play a team up towards the top of the table. But we defended pretty well. We didn't panic, and then we really grew into the game. And it was a bit of a shell shock going in at 2, but straight after we made it 2, we looked like we could have made it 3 before half time. But yeah, I think it just shows that everyone was up for it. I think, as you said, Russ, the atmosphere, and that feeds into the players, doesn't it? And maybe that's a knock-on effect, and everyone was like buzzing about the Middlesbrough late goal and the circumstances where it happened. So I think, again, just the confidence and the fact that we were able to make a couple of changes, so stayed pretty fresh. And everyone was at it. And I think like the good thing is it's going to be the same thing when we play Leicester, is that we seem to, especially last season, whenever we seem to win a big game and get a really good result, we seem to then play a team towards the bottom where we were, and then our levels dropped. And I think the good thing is playing Middlesbrough, Ipswich, and then Leicester, you can't, even though I know Leicester are where they are, but with the players they've got, you can't drop your standards. So I think that helped us playing Ipswich straight after a result like we did against Middlesbrough. But everyone was at it. Like, look at Ali; it was one of his best games since obviously he sort of dropped his form a little bit. And I just think everyone stuck to their jobs, worked hard, and
everyone played their part.
100%.
Literally everyone. Even I was thinking throughout all of it, it's a shame Schmid's had nothing to do, because you could literally say every player's, like I said, played their part, and then right at the end he makes a really brilliant, excellent save, and you think, brilliant. Even he's had his moment now.
Yeah, and that was so important, because I know it was right towards the end of the game, but still, they get that one goal. Even with a minute,
I wasn't confident in the 92nd minute, mate.
No, neither was I. Like even in like with like a minute or 30 seconds, when you got a team like Ipswich, you just can't allow them anything.
No, and as I would say after probably a quiet 30 minutes, Ali had a good, decent shot from range. It is Walton, and his name tipped over the bar, and it just felt like it was an avalanche of chances after that. Swift probably should have scored as well. Bishop could have got 2 on the night, and when that happened, I remember thinking, God, that could be the only good chance we get.
Yeah, they were. I mean, for all the possession they came. I mean, Ipswich came out fast in the first 10 minutes, didn't they? And I was watching them kind of zip it around, and the pace that they were passing it, I was thinking, fucking hell, like that is fast. That's like Prem standard. But we settled in. They had a couple of chances, didn't they? Obviously, Dan Neal had a volley from the edge of the box off of their corner. But once I think we settled in, and we didn't play the same as Middlesbrough. Against Middlesbrough, we changed it up, and we kind of came at Ipswich. And they're a good team, Ipswich. You can see that the talent that the players have got, but they're also shaky defensively, and they were making errors, and we were creating chances. And even before we'd scored the first goal, we'd easily had the better chances of the two, and it was quite a distance in like big chances created as such, that we'd easily been the better team that way. And when we did get the first one, you kind of go, wow, 41st minute, we'll take that. Good ball in from Segacic.
Unbelievable corner.
I don't know if you've seen Son Stats did a little mini thread on it. It was really good read, like how Millie Ali kind of holds off Christian Walton in goal, obviously without fouling him, and kind of blocks him from being able to come out. You've then got Regan Poole and can't remember the other player he said now as blockers, like to block the other defenders.
And then George Hurst was so busy looking at Shotnessy.
Well, who doesn't? He's a beautiful man.
He's lost the battle because he has no idea where the ball is. Yeah, again,
normally you'd put a centre half on, bearing in mind he's the best header of the ball or the best attacker of the. If you've done your homework from set pieces, you'd know that he's the biggest threat out of anyone. Why they hadn't put a centre half, whether it was O'Shea or Greaves on him, I'm not quite sure. But it worked in our favour. But Hurst loses him, and it's an easy header really for Shocks. He keeps it down, he heads it into the ground, he barely has to jump. And you think, right, well, let's take this 1-0 lead in. And fair play, we didn't do that. We saw another chance. We didn't think, right, well, let's just get to half time. we got the ball back relatively pretty quickly. Williams plays the ball down to Ali, down on the left. He realises he's kind of run out of room. He gets slightly fortunate in the fact that the defender slips, but again, we take that rubber to green. Plays it back to Dazzla. Dazzla plays a great ball in, kind of loops it over to the back post, and it was lovely to see so many blue shirts in the box.
Yeah, yeah. Pat.
I think there were 4 or 5 players in the box, and we've been calling that for so long because so many crosses have gone in this season. It's literally just been Colby. So it was good to see so many bodies in there. And obviously, Pack doesn't actually win the header, but his impact is enough of kind of jumping with Greaves. It drops to Swift. Swift takes a shot. It's actually going about 3 or 4 foot wide.
Yep, lovely.
But again, Greaves throws his body in the way, and it comes back to Swift. Then it's blocked on the line by Dara O'Shea, which is actually a pretty decent block.
There he is.
And there he is. And he falls to Colby and he puts it away like he's never been out of form. Lovely little finish. That's his bread and butter, really. It's a proper poacher's goal. On your toes, being alert for anything like that. And he did really well to put it in, and you're 2-0 and you're thinking, holy shit. No, I don't think anyone, well, I'll say no one, Daz predicted a 2-0 win. However, it was probably more out of.
Did I really? I didn't even realise.
Shut up.
No, seriously, honestly.
No, don't chat shit.
I had a feeling one of us did. I can't remember who.
Like when we all predicted wins, right? But we all predicted wins kind of a bit out of common. Oh, yeah, come on, boys, we can do it. Not really fully believing it.
So I did 2-0 and I got a goal score as well, didn't I?
No.
No?
We'll get on to that.
Oh, no, now.
No. We'll get on to that. I'm host.
Oh, no, sorry. Russ went 2-0.
Oh, fuck off.
But you did.
It was me. I heard to Dad, I swear I went 2-0.
Yeah, but Daz got shocks as the goal scorer.
Right, there we go.
But then you're 2-0, and I mean, I don't really know. The second half, again, they huffed and puffed as well and didn't really get anywhere. Terry Devlin just pocketed Jack Clark.
Oh, yeah, and Devlin did a lovely job, didn't he?
Jaden Philogene came on and he pocketed him. He let him, I think he went past him once. Terry Devlin also took on the hoardings and won. Twice. I'd have to say, even Jordan Williams, he struggled. He had a couple of nervy probably first 5-10 minutes. Misplaced pass and a bad touch and got him behind him. But then he settled right into the game as well. Again, to a man, you genuinely can't pick a bad performance or a bad player or someone who played. Even, I think, the impact off the bench of Keshi Anderson and Jacob Brown.
Yep.
Keshi came on. I was a bit surprised to see him in the 10 and Sekacic stay out on the left.
Sega's had a really good game out.
Sorry, on the right. But he came on. He was there kind of when the ball needed to be. Keshi was there and he got back and he was getting up the pitch by 5-10 yards and winning free kicks. And even Brown, when he came on late, I know it was late on, but he came on. Messino said he wanted to see him angry. He looked pretty pissed off, to be honest. Threw himself about, got stuck into a couple of decent challenges, and we just didn't let them have time. We just did what we needed to do to keep that 2-0 lead, and it was the second half kind of felt like it flew by pretty quickly. Kind of was sitting there at half-time saying to my mate, going, if we can get to 55, 60 minutes without conceding, that's a good start.
You're the only one that thought it went quick, because I thought it went on forever.
No, I thought it went really quick. So I was thinking, right, we get the first 10, 15 minutes out of the way. Unlike Oxford, I know we were a man down. It's better than what we have been doing. It's better like Swansea as well, wasn't it? We did it at Swansea. And all of a sudden, I looked at like 53, and all of a sudden it was 73, and I thought, fucking hell, that's gone quick.
Okay, I don't think it helps that sitting in the frat and that clock is in your face the whole game.
Yeah. But honestly, I thought we were absolutely amazing.
Yeah, all the starting 11 were 8 out of 10 or higher, in my opinion.
Yeah, and obviously then you had, Nico made a couple of good saves. Regan did his scorpion-esque kick
that was unbelievable.
Off of the line, which was absolutely sublime.
Yeah. And it goes to show that, that's why I think everyone was nervous against a team like Ipswich, because Paul don't do that and Schmid doesn't save. That's 2-2.
Yeah. And it's the kind of goal that we'd probably concede, or we have been conceding as well. But again, the football gods were with us over the last 2 games, and we've managed to do something, and we've managed to get 6 points, and it puts us in a hell of a lot more comfortable position going into Leicester.
Yeah, definitely. Daz, you've been like, probably a bit like me, and has as well, but you're very vocal on support of Bishop. How nice was it when the announcer said, then, goal for Pompey, number 9, Colby Bishop, and the roar that he got just shows that social media is very minute, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to think that, Bishop's performances recently, where I know
he's been unbelievable,
but he's been brilliant, and you like to think that maybe like the people that are on the fence or like swaying towards like giving him a bit of abuse, or not like directly, but online, that sort of stuff, or maybe coming back to the idea of like sort of what he gives us. Look, I can understand it is frustrating because you want your number 9 to score goals, but sometimes you have to look at the bigger picture and what he gives you and stuff like that. And we haven't got another striker to come in and really battle with him. I know we've got Brown here now, but I don't think he's at the level because not because he can't.
Put it this way: Brown couldn't have done what Bishop done against Oxford.
Yeah, the thing is, not that Brown can't be, because he's a different type of striker, but he just hasn't played enough football and that sort of stuff. So, and the other 2 younger lads we've got, we can't put that pressure on them, and they're not at that level yet. So obviously, it was a tap-in, wasn't it? But it's, as a number 9, being in the right spot at the right time, and it just shows, like, you get the balls into the box. Majority of the time, actually good balls into the box, because I saw someone with a stat saying the amount of crosses we put in the box is like one of the top teams in the league. But
what's the quality of them?
But the quality of the crosses, what are the quality of the crosses?
But not even just that. Has brought up a brilliant point a minute ago, when it's not just about the quality; it's getting the numbers in the box. So for that reason of, okay, it goes in, someone else has a shot, gets blocked, but your poacher's there, ready in the right spot to tap it in.
Yeah.
How many crosses have gone in, as has said, and it's only Bishop there, and we see that even with the Oxford equaliser. It was nice to see Dazzla wander into the box, and he was there to score the goals. It's nice seeing. I think the international break was a blessing in disguise.
100%, yeah.
Well, happened at the right time, definitely.
And as you're saying, like, people in the box, like, when you get the ball into the box, it's important, especially when like the ball sort of bouncing around and there's loads of bodies in there, is to keep it alive. And because for when you're the attacking side, you can afford to sort of just sort of put your foot in and just keep the pressure going. Like, as when you're defending, you kind of have to make sure you can get decent contact to get the ball away, because if you don't, like, it could fall to another attacker. So for the attacking side, it's just about keeping the ball alive, especially in like the 18-yard box. And that will help like the likes of Bishop and things like that. Let's face it, Bishop isn't a number 9 where he scores from outside the box and stuff like that. He's getting into the box, getting the crosses in, him getting his head to the ball, or like picking up little scraps like he did the other day. But yeah, it's a prime example of getting the ball in the box, keeping it alive, and then anything can happen. I know Swift's effort, the first one, looked like it was going wide.
No, it was miles wide.
But that's the thing. When you're in that position, defenders can't take that risk of, oh, that looks like it's going what. They have to make that decision there and then. So the more like plays you get into the box, the more chances you've got of creating something, even if it's scrappy. And let's face it, none of us give a shit if we score goals like that every day, all day.
No, or even if it comes off your cock.
Yeah.
it's there's so many bright spots we could talk about. Wow, I just love watching Shotnessy and Paul together. Can we please have a season, our whole season with them two together? Because you had League One where Paul was out for half of it, and then obviously Shotnessy last 2 seasons in and out, in and out, in and out. You've got the Paul is your last ditch, does these mad blocks and slide tackles and
Scorpion kicks on the line.
Yeah, whereas Shotnessy just makes defender look easy. He comes off and his kit is fucking clean as a whistle. I mean,
Yeah.
He's just always in the right place, right time. Even against Middlesbrough when he come on for a little bit, they tried claiming for a penalty and he just literally didn't do nothing wrong to the player and just outschooled him basically. And he just makes it look so easy that you just like, please, next season, can we just have a whole season with them two? Because we just look a different team with them. I don't know. I know Jojo's done well, but it just looks different with them two. I don't know how you feel, Haz.
They've just got some kind of similar to what we've said about Murphy and Bishop, where they've got some kind of like telepathic signals that they know where each other's going to be. And they just, with Shocks and Paul, they just complement each other really well. As you said, you've got Shocks, who's more of like a Rolls Royce defender, kind of takes things easy. He seems to just, it looks like he's just jogging around leisurely, but he's actually there. I don't know whether it's his height and his because he's got long legs, it looks a bit like he's a bit slower and like he's taking a stroll. And then you've got Regan, who, as you say, he literally launches that body fucking wherever it needs to go. 20 yards away, he fucking jumps and gets himself in the way. So many times he's done it over the last, I'd say the last couple of months. He's been immense. When I listened to a Spurs journalist, kind of going off piece, but I'll come back to it, and he was talking to someone when Rodrigo Bentancur did his ACL, and they said that with an ACL injury, normally the amount of time that player is out injured, you then won't see the original player for the same time again. So Regan was out for 9-10 months?
10 months, wasn't it? Yeah.
So then we're over 10 months from him being back now. So even though he was back last year and even the beginning of this season, it wasn't the same Regan. But now we've pushed on. He's been able to get the fitness and everything back up. We're now seeing the Regan that we first saw when we first signed him. And an ACL literally takes out like 2 years of your career with injury and then getting back to where you should be. And we're now seeing that. And we just need those two to stay fit. And then if we can have Jojo behind him and Bauer if he's still here next year or whoever. Right now we've got a full complement of centre-halves, but those three, if you've got Paul and Shocks to start and then you've got Jojo to deputise, that's a lovely 3 at the minute.
Yeah. One more shout out for me. I put it on Twitter yesterday. Dazzla, the moment he touched that pitch at Carrow Road, everything changed, in my opinion. We watched in the pub together, as I said at the time, the difference we look with him in midfield. He then put a brilliant ball in for the own goal. He then obviously scored against Oxford and he was outstanding in that whole game. He was deservedly man of the match, I believe. And then you look at Middlesbrough, another brilliant display, made an important things. And he was I'd love to know how much of that pitch he covered. He was a man on a mission Tuesday night. Daz, would you agree that he was actually the missing piece that we were struggling with when he was injured?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of these things where we have screamed for like balance in centre mid, so we kind of felt we had it, didn't we, with Dazzla and Adams, and then obviously messing about with sort of in the QPR game where Messino did that crazy thing where he decided to put Adams in the 10 and Swift in the 6. But I think with Dazzla, he kind of he's kind of more overall midfielder. Edward Adams, obviously a lot of energy and things like that. Obviously, all these players are good on the ball as well, but I think Dazzla is just that little bit extra, and he also gives you a lot of good energy and things like that. And he's probably the most settled centre midfielder we have at the club at the moment as well, because he's kind of been ever present since we got promoted last season before. Sorry, I think he's just grown and grown and grown. I think he's where Messino's put a lot of trust in him and given him the responsibility of probably being the starting number one centre midfielder. I think he's just grown and grown and grown from there. And I think we're like, I've said it in our WhatsApp group, I hope a deal is like written and ready just to slide onto his table and get him to sign it as soon as possible. Like, especially if we can stay up, do it early the better, and tie him down to a longer contract than what we've been offering him since we signed him.
100%. Anything else you boys want to talk about before we move on?
No, good.
Okay. Right, let's have a look ahead of Leicester. But before we do, there are quite a few points gained over the last few games. So what do we all predict, and what's the change in the table?
So, yes. So, Middlesbrough, Russ, you got a point.
Woo!
Daz got 0 points.
Woo!
I got 3 points as I went for a 1-0 Middlesbrough win. 1-0 Pompey win against Middlesbrough, rather.
Nice.
And then Ipswich, Russ, you got 3 points for the 2-0 win.
Beautiful.
Daz, you got 3 points for the 1-0 prediction, which is correct outcome. And then Shock Nessie as well.
Woo.
And then I got 1 point because I went for a 2-1 Pompey win. And I went for Caballero, but unfortunately he was injured. So the points look like this. Russ is steaming ahead on 43 points.
Oh, still might catch up with Pompey.
Daz is second still on 32 points. And I am third on 24 points.
4 games left though. Just need to get a couple of 5s.
Just a couple.
Just a couple where I don't know if any of us have even hit a 5 this season. I'm not sure.
I don't know. There's 20 points available. So if you got everything wrong, I could still win. I was having a quick look. I don't think, none of us have ever got 5 this year.
No, I think we did last year, but I don't think we have this year.
No.
So has you got our stats for Leicester?
I do indeed. Leicester are
shit. What?
In a bit of a basket case situation. Well, Gary Rowett said in his post-match conference from their 1-0 loss against Swansea, if they can't win against us on Saturday, that they're basically down.
Yeah, but have you also seen what he said today? Have you seen it?
What did he say today?
He said that he doesn't think that his squad is capable of fighting a relegation battle.
He's trying to get them up for it and G them up for it, isn't it?
You reckon? Or it just seems that's a risky tactic. That's either what he's saying is right, but he's hoping it gets a reaction, or he's generally just gone, yeah, like we're down, we're fucked.
I think I find it bizarre that the way that they've gone, a couple of years ago, obviously they won the Premier League, was it 10 years ago? They won the FA Cup about 5 years ago. Then now they're sitting in the relegation zone with Harry Winks on 90 grand a week in the Championship is just absolutely insane. They have lost, they haven't won in the last 5. They lost 3-1 to QPR. They drew 0-0 with Watford, 2-2 with Preston, 1-1 with Wednesday, and lost 1-0 to Swansea at home last time out. I don't know if you've seen the Swansea goal.
Just a break, wasn't it?
It comes from...
Oh, is that the one where
comes from the Leicester corner.
Yeah.
So if we fancy that, literally leave Millie Alley on the halfway line.
Yeah, and just run the whole way through.
And just run. They've got some players that have been playing in the Premier League. You've got Ricardo Pereira, who's played in the Champions League for them. You've got Patson Daka, who they signed when they were in the Champions League as well, for quite a bit of money. You've got Steffi Mavididi is up and around. You've got Oliver Skipp. You've got Harry Winks, 2 ex-Spurs boys. You've got Yannick Vestergaard, which is Sean Raggett's scummy twin. He's there. Like, you've got some big names, like some play. That should be a top 6 championship side. I'm sorry, it should be. But for whatever reason, they're just shit in the bed.
I agree with Rowett. They're not players that got any fight in them.
No, they haven't got any fight at all.
No matter how good
they've got. But you look at the squad that they've got, right, and they've got some experienced players in there. You've got Jordan Ayew. You've got, obviously, I said like Harry Winks, Ollie Skipp. You've got Bobby Decordova-Reid. You've got Yannick Vestergaard. You've got Jamal Lascelles. You've got Harry Sutar's just come back from injury. You've got Asmir Begovic as a goalkeeper. Like, you've got experienced heads in that team.
But yeah, there's a difference in experience and fight in there.
Yeah, but they've played at the top level. Those players have all played at least probably 50 plus times in the Premier League each. You would think they'd do better.
Yeah. They just strike me as a team that's just, I hate to bring it up as it just gives me the same feeling that Spurs show me.
Come on, you Spurs.
Go on, sorry, mate.
Sorry. I was just going to say, they just, like, I was listening to someone debate, like, look at Tottenham, look at Everton, whose players would you rather have? And at first they're like, obviously Everton. And then when they went through it, they all picked top players, other than like the old couple, like Solanke over Beto. Who are you going to pick? Fucking Solanke, aren't you? Doing?
Yeah.
And the thing is, a Premier League relegation battle is a million miles different from a Championship, not because of, like, obviously there's a bit of extra quality in the Premier League, of course, but I think the battle and that lot you need in the Championship is so much more high. I think it's so much more competitive in a sort of fight.
You got us and Oxford who've been there, done it.
Yeah. So they are 23rd place on 41 points. So they are 5 adrift of West Brom, who are just outside the relegation zone currently, and they are 7 adrift of us. So if we win, it means that they cannot catch us. It doesn't mean we're safe. Mathematically not, but I would be surprised if it wasn't. If we did win, we would also jump above Charlton for the early kickoff. However, Charlton are playing Sheffield Wednesday, so you would imagine that they would beat them. But just for the time being, we would go up to 18th if we did win. So they're not doing great. Old Leicester. Referee wise, is Gavin Ward. Mixed bag for us. He's reffed us the 3rd most times out of any club. He's reffed. Only Luton and Millwall he has refereed more. We've had 9 wins, 5 draws and 12 losses, which is not an awful record for someone who's refereed us so much. This season he's reffed us twice, both at home, and both 2-1 losses, which were Coventry and Swansea. Our last win with him as referee was last season at home against Middlesbrough as a 2-1 win. This season, he has refereed 22 championship games, handing out 66 yellow cards and 2 direct red cards.
No, I wouldn't bother with cards. Just speaking of refs, actually, I'm just going to go back a little bit, because after last week where we absolutely obliterated a ref, I thought the referee Tuesday night was one of the best I've seen.
Farai Halam was very good. And I think we've spoken about before about Sam Allison's very quick promotion to the Premier League for a game, which was bizarre. However, Farai Halam has been into the Premier League for a couple of games, and if he is doing as well as he did the other night, then he fully deserves to be, because that was probably one of the best refereeing performances I've seen.
Just let the game go, didn't he?
He let the game go.
Yeah.
He didn't take any of their shit when they were starting to get frustrated and get annoyed. They were getting into tackles a bit late. They were a bit of diving and that, and because he didn't give it to them, they didn't carry it on. And he didn't take any nonsense. He wasn't card happy. He carded when he needed to, which wasn't that often. There was only, 2 or 3 cards?
Did Pat get one?
Marlon got one, didn't he?
Yeah. That's what I remember.
Just have a quick look. Marcelino Nunes got one, Terry Devlin got one, and then Philogene got one at the end for crying like a little bitch. So, yeah, and again, it's a big team, big game. And they always are at this time of the season, especially when you've got one promotion team and one team got saving relegation. And it was good to see a referee not sway with the bigger team, because a lot of the time you get that, the bigger team.
Yeah, and it was on Sky. They didn't make it about themselves. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was
one of them games you didn't notice the ref, and that's how it should be.
Absolutely. So, Farai Halam, you are more than welcome back until you fuck it up.
Well, he makes that. Was he the one that Blackburn last season?
I think so. Yeah.
So he's more than made up for it.
Yeah. By the way, like Sam Allison was the 4th official. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
I did. I only noticed about 10 minutes in, and I thought, oh, for fuck's sake. But when he's 4th, it's all right.
Any changes, boys? I do have a little worry about Saturday's game and there's something that David Norris brought up actually when we had him on. And that was when you play in them big games and you put everything into it. The next game.
As Daz said earlier about the Leeds into the Plymouth match, we cannot allow that to happen.
No, and it's not the same either. We're not going like, no disrespect to Plymouth, but and Leicester again. I know where they are and that kind of stuff, and people will be like, we're looking on the table, but that's looking at it like in a 2D. You have to look at it as a whole, and you look at the players, and has talked through the players that they've got coming back and that kind of stuff. And okay, they might not be ready for a championship relegation battle, but they are still Premier League players. And so it's different. Like, it's not like we're playing Sheffield Wednesday. If we were playing Sheffield Wednesday at home on Saturday, I'd be more worried. I'm not saying we're going to win or anything like that, but I'm more confident that these players aren't gonna take this game lightly, which they shouldn't anyway. But
I don't think it's taking it lightly, because that's what Norris said. It was never about taking it lightly. No. They just was like zapped. They just, you gone from a game where you felt like everything you did was right. You couldn't do nothing wrong to.
But I think with this, it is different, because Plymouth came and they were pretty much relegated anyway, and they were there to sit behind the ball. Leicester, because they were basically already gone, Leicester can still turn this around, but the ball is in their court. If it ends as a draw, obviously I think I want to win, and I think we should win.
The draws aren't horrendous after last.
A draw isn't horrendous for us, but it is for them.
Oh yeah. Massively.
Because it benefits them it doesn't benefit them at all. So they kind of
the Derby game last season, wasn't it? It was like, just don't lose to Derby.
They have to come and play, basically, which is always the teams we do better against. So in Ipswich, a Leeds last year that come at us and play football and give us space in behind and bits and like that is where we do better. The teams that come and sit are the teams we struggle against. But because we're in the position where we are, it doesn't matter that if Leicester can't come and sit, because otherwise they're gone anyway. They have to. I know that they're down and they're not doing very well. They have to come and show some kind of fight, because otherwise they're getting booed to fuck by the fans.
Not just that. Like, imagine we do beat them, and then let's say, I don't know who Oxford have got. Let's say they win.
Oxford have Derby away.
Okay, maybe not.
West Brom have Preston. Blackburn have got Coventry on Friday.
Okay, so let's say West Brom win and we beat them. Like they're going to be like what?
They would be away if West Brom won and Leicester didn't. That would then be 8 points with 3 games left. So they'd have to win every game.
Yeah, so they have to win Saturday.
Yeah.
But the good thing is obviously Chaplin can come back in.
I think you bring Keshi back in as well.
Yeah, Keshi.
I think it was good to rest Keshi because obviously he played, scored obviously against Oxford, and then obviously played a good chunk at Middlesbrough. It needed a rest because again he hasn't played a lot of minutes.
Do you play Shocks?
Maybe. Can he get through 45? But again, you don't want to risk it because if you can win against Leicester, it then means Coventry is a free hit. Because Coventry, if they beat Blackburn on Friday, they then win promotion then. But then if they beat us on the Tuesday, then that's when they win the title. So they could be a bit pissed and hungover, but they could also be determined to, no, we're not done yet. We need to go win this title because Ipswich could technically still catch them. I don't think I'll make too many changes. I would like to see Bowat play at left back at some point. I just feel more comfortable having a left footer out on the left. Not that Williams did anything particularly wrong.
He also had a good game against Borough as well.
Yeah, he did. It's just it's just better defensively for me.
Yeah. But I don't think it'll happen though. I think Williams starts.
Yeah, I think, but again, he didn't play until, when was it he came on? Was it Middlesbrough he came on? I can't remember now.
No, it was Oxford, wasn't it?
Oh, Oxford, sorry. Before then
he got sent off, yeah.
Before then he hadn't started he hadn't played since December. So he could be tired as well. So maybe you split the minutes between him and Bowat. If Shocks can play some kind of part that's safe to do so, then yeah. But if there's any chance in thinking it could re-injure him, then you just play Jojo because Jojo's playing so well. It's not like you're going, oh fuck, we're having to play Josh Knight or something. You know, we're not worried. Jojo's in form and he's playing well. So I think you bring in Jojo then.
What about Daz? What about if Adams is fit?
Again, I suppose it just depends on, like, so we're just saying if everyone's completely fit to play, basically.
I don't think you start Adams.
If let's just say he's fit enough to start and have 60 minutes, let's say, would you start him or would you keep the Zalm pack?
I'd probably keep
because we have seemed to have found out a way to play them two together now.
I probably would keep the Zalm pack. The only changes I would make again if Shaughnessy can't do 2 games that close together, then like take him out and put Deer in. I've seen enough of Bowat at the moment playing left back that I don't want Bowat at left back. I like Williams in that left back role. I think he gives us a lot of energy. He's a natural fullback, so he gives you that natural.
He's quick and all, isn't he?
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying anything about maybe when we're or if we're safe, then maybe give Bauer more of a chance to, because there's not the pressure on it. When I saw him away at Birmingham playing left back, I did not like him there.
Is Ogilvy back Tuesday?
No, yes.
Is he? Middlesbrough, yeah, Middlesbrough I think so will be, yeah. So I'd keep Williams at left back. I think
I think knowing that Ogilvy's coming back.
Yeah, a natural fullback just gives you so much more than a centre back going out there. And
does
then
Keishy Anderson come in for Seggers?
Well, that's what I was just thinking. Actually, maybe he does go down that route where he puts takes Seggers off and put then we got 2 natural wingers.
Seggers had a really good game.
He did, yeah. But I suppose it depends on how he wants to set up. Do you want 2 natural wingers, or do you want a winger that's more comfortable coming inside and that kind of stuff? it's horses for courses, isn't it? Like when
I
you
think with the game that kind of Leicester have to come at us, I think it would be more beneficial to play two out and out wingers that have got pace in Ali and Anderson that can just attack them and put them under pressure defensively.
Yeah, I agree.
Rather than a Segatic on the wing. I just think it suits out and out wingers that will attack and put them under pressure and make them make errors. Whether it's a foul and a free kick or a red card, last man, you're more likely to get that off of an Ali and Anderson than a Segatic. And that is harsh on Segs because he had a really good game there. But I think you rotate and you put Chaplin back in, Keshi on the right, and keep Millie on the left.
Yeah, I would agree that for sure, 100%.
I think we're in a good position now where if players come in, we're actually quite comfortable with those changes being made, rather than like a little while ago where like I wouldn't have changed the starting 11 at all.
Yeah, we were kind of having the same 11, weren't we, week in, week out, and that's where it started to go wrong. Because I think they're all tired.
Chaplin has to come back in. Swift did a good job. Thought he played well, but I would play Chaplin all day long.
Yeah,
Chaplin's been playing well in this run as well.
He's just unfortunate that he's playing well in the lead up to a game that he wasn't allowed to play in.
Yeah. Right, let's get to predictions, shall we? Daz, you can go first.
Like as I said, like I'd be okay with a draw, because I mean, especially if like teams below us still don't pick up points, then it's another point like further away. It keeps Leicester arm's length as well. But let's be positive, even more positive. Let's go for a win. Let's go. Do you know what? I'm going to go 2-0 again. Because I think if we can get a goal, then Leicester are going to have to come out even more, and that's going to be even better for us. 2-0, and let's go. Come on, Bishop is started, and now he's going to be rolling. Let's go, Bish.
Okay, Has?
I'm going to go for a 3-1 Pompey win. Much kind of same train of thought as Daz, is that we'll get one. If we can get one early, they've got to come. They might get one back, but we'll already be 3-0 up by that point. And I'm going to go for a Millie Ali goal. I feel like after his performance the other day, he's gonna get one.
Okay. As again I say every time, I don't need a point, so I'm going to go for one of my favourite scorelines against them, 6-1.
Michael Brown.
Michael Brown to score. And I'm going to go for Chaplin to follow up his cock by scoring with his arsehole this time.
That's impressive.
Right, Coventry has again.
We'll quickly go over Cov. Yes, obviously Cov are doing very well. They've only lost one in their last 5, and that was to them not down the road. 3-0 against Swansea, 3-2 against Derby, 0-0 and 0-0 in their last 2 against Hull and Sheffield Wednesday. They could have won promotion against Wednesday, but fair play to Wednesday for keeping them a 0-0.
They're fucking everyone's hackers up every week. They are.
Oh no, they are. So yeah, they are first, 25 wins, 10 draws, 7 losses, 85 points. We know that they've got a good team. They've literally, out of their last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They've won 7 out of their last 10. You've got the likes of Haji Wright, Mason Clark, Jack Radoni, Brandon Thomas Asante, Matt Grimes and Frank the Tank in the middle of the park, just running it. And then you've got Liam Kitchens, an experienced centre-half. You've got Van Ewick and De Silva on the full-backs, getting plenty of assists. They've got 11 assists between them and the full-backs. Even the goalkeeper's got an assist in Carl Rushworth. So they've got a really good team, and it's no wonder they are where they are. And you've got the likes of Ellis Sims to come off the bench as well, and Victor Torp as well. Then they don't even start, and they start for quite a few championship teams. So, oh my word! Sorry, I've just seen the free kick that there's guys just scored for Port Vale. against Alex Bass. He's had 2 sublime free kicks scored against him tonight. Have a look when you can.
Will do.
Honestly, that was just a mad free kick. Fully distracted. Referee for this game, for the Coventry game, is Andrew Kitchen.
Rings a bell again.
He's refereed 23 Championship games this season with 67 yellows, 3 Premier League games with 11 yellows in 3 games. This season he has refereed us twice, again 2 losses. Our 2-1 away loss to Ipswich and our 4-0 away loss to Birmingham.
Yeah. Again, nothing the ref done wrong in either.
But he's only refereed us 5 times, 2 losses, which is coincidentally this season. We were actually unbeaten until then. We've had 2 wins, which were in League One in 2021-22, 22-23. And last season he refereed our 0-0 home draw to Norwich.
So he's the one that, was it Ogilvy scored a perfectly good goal and disallowed it for no reason?
Yes.
I don't get over referee.
He's not refereed us that much. So, it is what it is with him. But yeah, for me, Coventry is a free hit if we win against Leicester.
I think it's a free hit with a draw as well, to be quite honest with
you. You reckon?
Yeah. I just... Are we realistically going to go there and get something?
How Pompey would it be though to beat 2nd and 3rd place and keep clean sheets in Middlesbrough and Ipswich? We then lose to Leicester
and then beat Coventry. It's not a happy ground if I remember rightly.
No.
The only time I can remember winning there is the FA Cup game.
Yeah.
Back in 2010.
I didn't even look at the head-to-head. I should have done that. I'm so sorry.
That's all right. Whereas Middlesbrough, realised the other day, we've only ever lost at the Riverside once since it's been built.
We last beat Coventry in 2018.
Did we?
We did a 1-0 win. Ronan Curtis.
Oh, Curtis, yeah. And he did that celebration with Lowe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. I'm going to go first this time. Again, any points, so I'm just going to predict a 4-0 Pompey win. Goal scorer-wise, though, this gives me a Regan Paul goal from a corner or something like that. Let's go with that.
Fair.
Has gone him.
Okay, so due to the fact it's going to be a free hit and Coventry are going for the title, I am going to predict a Coventry win. I'm going to go for a 3-1 Coventry win. And I'm going to go for a Keshi Anderson consolation in the 80th minute.
Okay. Daz still needs the points. You're not safe yet.
But I'm going to go 1-1. Who the goal scorer has gone, sorry?
I'll go on Regan Paul.
And I went Keshi.
Let's go Bish. He's going to keep scoring.
He's just found his hat.
Goal a game. He's gonna score. It's gonna be 2 if you work it out, because this is basically 1 goal a game, isn't it?
So he's gonna. What was it? He scored 19 goals in 40 games. If you work it out, that's a goal a game.
Yes.
Right. Moving on then. Shall we have a look at last night's Pompey Awards? I think you sort of got more. I haven't really looked at it, to be honest, because Leicester Zell wins everything. I'm not interested.
Well, that's just not very nice, is it?
No, I'm only joking. I'm very happy for Devon. Did he literally win everything?
He won every single men's award, yes.
And what men's awards? That has obviously got Player of the Season. I'm assuming Young Player of the Season.
So he won Player of the Season. He won Men's Players Player of the Season. He then won Player of the Season, which is voted for by us. And then he won...
Oh, they do that out there now, so they don't leave it to the... Have we done the vote yet?
Well, it's not the news one. It's the official Pompey one, isn't it?
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
And then he won goal of the season for his goal versus Charlton. So
Yeah, that's definitely the best goal of the season. So yeah, Queen sweep. It probably would be the same come the end of the season when we do our awards. I'm sure Devlin will get a few. But I do want to talk about a few players, just quickly. I think Regan Paul is definitely a name up there. Obviously, Dazzla. But this season is probably harder than most to think of other players other than probably them three, would you say?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think anyone else can really say, yeah, they've had a whole good season. They've either had moments or they've been injured or... Yeah. So we'll find out in a few weeks when we come up with our awards who wins them, Dazzla. Moving on from that to the West Brom saga. Points deduction. Will it happen? Will it not? When can it happen? The talk of, is it June it might happen? There's talk of they could get relegated but then stay up. They could they could stay up and then get relegated. Someone else has been relegated. Someone else who stays up could then get relegated. The whole thing's a mess.
So
the whole thing is this points deduction fair?
Yeah, ultimately yes, because they've broken the rules.
Okay.
If you break the rules, you deserve to be punished. So basically, it relates into a loan from their old owners. So they have changed owners in the last few years. It relates to a loan that their previous owner took against one of his other businesses, and it included quite a hefty bit of interest in the loan. And that is effectively what has taken it up over the levels that you're allowed to lose. So in the Championship, you're allowed to lose up to £40 million within a 3-year rolling period. They've lost 41.5, I believe it is, or 42 million. So they're literally 1.5 million to 2 million over, which obviously isn't as much as Leicester have. And Leicester only got 6 points. However, the rules and regulations are different because Leicester were actually punished by the Premier League, not the EFL. So that part is slightly different. It feels harsh in the sense of West Brom's new owners have been completely open and honest with the EFL and have been working in dialogue with them.
Yeah, because they've been asking, can we do this, can we do that? And they've told them yes, and then now they go, oh, by the way, you've gone over.
Yeah, so they've been asking who they can sign and if they sell this player, are they able to do this, that and the other? And the EFL have been pretty much saying yes to it all, which you can only assume West Brom are kind of claiming they've not done anything wrong. It's almost like an admin error. But however, according to John Percy at the Daily Telegraph, they've actually been charged. It's not like it's not just an allegation. And according to the EFL rules, when you are charged, when you have a breach, whatever season that is, so it's from last season, the 24-25 season, the points, there's any sanction that takes place should happen the following season, which then makes it this season, 25-26.
But why now? Surely they knew this months ago.
Because the accounts for last year have only had to be submitted at the beginning of April, haven't they? So that the way that it should be, and for some reason it's not, I don't think in the EFL, which it is in the Premier League, is the Premier League changed it so the accounts for the end, so for example, last year's accounts in the Premier League had to be submitted by the end of December to the Premier League. They don't have to publicly publish them, but the Premier League have them by the end of December. So then they have throughout January and into February, if they must, to actually look at the accounts and find any breaches So then you go into the last February, March and April and May with, you know what's happening, right? So if you were to breach last year, West Brom put their accounts in December, we're halfway through January, the EFL go, yeah, you've breached, this is our decision, you've got a 4-point deduction or 3-point deduction, say. It happens in January, which means that there's time for West Brom, there's time for Pompey, Blackburn, Oxford, Leicester, whoever else it's decided on the pitch, basically, isn't it? If you get the sanctions done early enough, the Leicester one was a joke, the fact that it was so late anyway. This is even more of a joke. So for me, the EFL need to follow the Premier League way and the accounts need to be submitted by end of December. So then they've got time to sort it and we don't have this kind of farce. You can see why West Brom are trying to push for any punishment to be next year. However, it then wouldn't be fair on us, Oxford, Leicester and Wednesday to an extent, because they've both been punished this season. So you would basically potentially be allowing West Brom to stay up just because you feel like it, but you didn't have the same with Leicester. So it's a big farce. It's something has to change, and you can't be leaving. It needs to be sorted like now, like yesterday, because you can't be having it hang over by 2 or 3 weeks, because after the season or even longer, even if the West Brom stay up and then they decide, we're going to get rid of 4 points, and then they go down and Oxford stay up or we stay up, because you're playing with planning of the club's seasons are different depending on which league they're in. People lose their jobs depending on which league their club is in, because they have to cut costs. People are going to lose their jobs. They might be sacked, and then, it could end up being rehired. It's just a complete mess. And ultimately it comes down to the EFL need to sort it out, what their organisation, because it's a bit of a basket case. But to me, if West Brom are guilty, which they've been charged, so they have to be, no matter how small or how big, the ultimate issue is that they have breached the PSR laws, so they need to be punished. And that has to happen this season.
The worrying thing that I see the other day is they reckon over half the league are heading the same way in the next year or two.
So that means we're going to get promoted.
Well, yeah, no ambition Eisners have actually turned into ambition. They're playing 4D chess, whatever they're doing. They predict these things.
If you want to have a deep dive, is go to on Spotify or on Apple Podcasts. You have Albion Analysis, and they had football finance expert Kieran Maguire went on and did a little half an hour interview on there. I had a listen. It was really good. It was really interesting, and Kieran gave his much better opinion, and he's way more into it than I am. A lot of my points are kind of taken away from his interview, so go give that a listen if you're interested, just to see what someone who is actually very knowledgeable about it has to say.
Definitely. But it is a concern going forward. Forget, the benefit it might do us, that this isn't just going to just stop at West Brom.
Well, the whole of football finances is fucked, isn't it? Like you think like that it's mad that it's okay that West Brom are allowed to, or anyone in the EFL is allowed to lose £40 million in 3 years.
Yeah.
Any other business, you'd be gone. You'd be going bust, because you can't be losing to lose 40 million. But even Pompey losing £4 million in a year. Any other business sense that's fucking mad. No other business can just carry on losing £4 million a year. But in football, 4 million sounds tiny. It's 10 times. West Brom have lost 10 times the amount we have. And Premier League teams are even more. It's insane. And I understand we would like the Eisners to spend more, and it would be nice, but the whole thing's just going to go bang at some point. It's going to be like the big bang of football where it's just going to fucking collapse because it's literally eating itself out from the core, from the middle of itself. Players are earning too much money. Everything's just too expensive, and players are earning ridiculous amounts of money. And at some point, owners are going to stop. Well, we've seen it with Chansiri at Wednesday. For so many years, he bankrolled them and pushed them into the playoffs, and they were in and around the playoffs. And then he thought, I've had a fuck enough of this. I don't want to lose any more money, and stopped. And I think more owners will do it because there's no sustainability. And I know that's what the owners want, but there isn't any of that. You can't be sustainable in football anymore. It's very, very rare to find a club that can actually turn a profit.
Yeah.
You'd have to sell all your players. Like Pompey would have to sell Devlin for 5, Bishop for 5, Nico for 5. And again, that's not going to happen. But that's the only way you could actually make a profit. And it's just not. Football isn't sustainable, and at some point it's going to go bang.
Yeah. Yep, definitely. Daz, you got anything that you want to say, or are we happy to move on?
No, I mean, at the end of the day, like, rules are rules. You have to stick to them. It's unfair to punish certain teams, the likes of Leicester and Sheffield Wednesday and kind of things like that. Whether we think the rules and laws and that lot of shit or not, if you punish one person or one group of people, you have to stick with like what you've got and the sort of decisions you've made and go with that. We always obviously talk about like like in society 2-tier policing and that kind of stuff, isn't it? So you got to make sure that doesn't come into effect into like sport and football. It's not great, and it's not the way you want to stay up. And I don't think that. I mean, the way the season's going for us at the moment, like we probably wouldn't need that anyway to stay up if we can keep going with what we're going
I
with.
hope so. I'd love it if we could stay up, even if they had the points.
Yeah. But then you've got the likes of like Leicester, especially, because that'd be massive for them. Oxford and like Blackburn, things like that. Like you have to keep the integrity of the game, which sometimes feels like it's on its arse most of the time. But because I think all these financial fair play and that sort of stuff only really benefits the biggest teams, especially like the Premier League and that kind of stuff. But yeah, you have to stick to the decisions you've made in the past. You can't let one rule for one and one rule for another. It is a shame. It's bad timing. And maybe obviously with the release of the accounts, maybe they have to have a look at that and maybe say that sort of maybe it's done earlier in the year or so. I don't know what they can and can't do because everyone has different, like the financial year isn't always the same for everyone. So yeah, maybe there's things they have to look at, but they do need to sort it. And unfortunately, if West Brom have broken rules, then they have to get a point deduction this season, whether it's 3, 6 or however many it is. I suppose there's guidelines for that, but I
No,
mean,
there's not. That is also part of the
not.
problem. Is with going into administration, you get a standard 12-point deduction, which is set in stone. With PSR, there isn't a standard points deduction, so there isn't like if you breach no matter what, you start at a -3, and then say for every 5 million you go over, there's an extra point or something. Like that doesn't exist. There isn't a standard points deduction by law. It's down to the discretion of the EFL.
I mean, at the end of the day, the only people that really suffer are the fans and the people that work at the club. And I'm not talking about the players and management and things like that. I'm talking about people in the like sort of ticket office and like fans of the club that work there. It's never the players and things like that because they can move to another club and that kind of stuff. So I know we have like football rivalries and things like that, and like you want points deduction if it helps you in your club because we're all quite selfish in a certain way. But it is sad when you actually think about, as you said, has people will lose their jobs if you get relegated and that kind of stuff. So, I mean, whatever it is, I hope it gets sorted sooner rather than later, just so it sort of doesn't making like this in the last part of the season an absolute farce.
It's meant to be. The hearing is meant to be before the end of this month, so it should be done before the end of the season, as in like an outcome. But then obviously West Brom will have a right to appeal,
Yeah, but
Which they will.
which will then take it past the end of the season. So it's just a joke anyway.
the last game of the season was on the 2nd of May, so it's
Yep.
like that's literally days. Like, so it's it shouldn't be sorted that
We should
late.
be getting together tomorrow, shouldn't they?
Yeah, because how is we like the second to last game of the season, the teams towards the bottom of the league, including us, may not know the outcome by then. So,
No.
and not that it should really affect, because you need to just do your business and get it done and that sort of stuff. But unfortunately, like, you do need an outcome. You need to know so much earlier, and this is just and like, obviously I think I think you might have replied to that, Tom Garrett. Like, most of the time I think he talks absolute tosh, but he did have a point about the fact that it's just going to be a nightmare for everyone down there, not just
Oh
West
yeah,
Brom. It's
because
for everyone.
even if you think, what if they get say it's not happens until the end of the season and Oxford have gone down, say for an example, West Brom then get a 2-point deduction and it means they stay up by 1 point. Oxford could be like, well, why isn't it 3 points?
Yeah, it's a
Like,
mess.
do you know what I mean?
It's an absolute mess.
It's such a mess. It has to. This is why, for me, EFL should change to be like the Premier League, and accounts are submitted by the end of December, and then any points deductions or breaches can be sorted within January, and then it can be decided on the pitch rather than off the pitch, because it gives teams time to reclaw those points back.
Definitely. Well, I'm just noticing time. Should we move on and get on with some Daz's darts?
Right. Jesus Christ, I really fell asleep for a second. Right, so what we're doing for...
Nearly as bedtime.
It is, actually. I'm very sleepy. So what we're doing for this episode is that as we are playing Leicester City on Saturday, and obviously one of their, like, the biggest achievement for them obviously was winning the FA Cup. So winning the FA Cup, sorry, I'm definitely half asleep.
Winning the Premier League, mate.
Winning the Premier League. That's what they did, wasn't it? Where they won the Premier League, yeah. So what we're doing is we need goal scorer. So a player who's won the Premier League. It could be he could have won it once, or he could have won it 20 times. Doesn't matter. Just the player, if he's won the Premier League, and how many goals he's scored. So we're not talking about how many times he won it, just the amount of goals they've scored in the Premier League.
In the Premier League in any season.
In any season altogether and that kind of stuff, yeah. But they have to have won the Premier League in their career.
Okay.
So let's start it off with a bit of joy. So who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Yeah. Come in.
Okay. Let's have a think. I don't know how many Premier League goals this guy would have scored. Is it just Premier League goals, you said, wasn't it?
Just Premier League goals, yeah. So, mate, they could have played in the Championship, that sort of stuff. Doesn't matter.
Chris Sutton.
And who did he win the Premier League with?
Blackburn.
Lovely. Just making sure. As I said, Sutton and Shearer, they were a massive favourite of mine. I've got a little soft spot for Blackburn.
Don't know why.
No, I think it's because of that. I think it's because of that season. I was a big fan of them. Right. So we're just obviously just talking goals. So we got... that's the Scottish Premier League. 83.
Okie dokie. Dazzla.
Frank Lampard.
Frankie Lampard.
Who did he win the Premier League with?
Oh, yeah. I wonder.
Who? So let's have a look. Well, have I seen that like Frank Lampard was linked with like the Bournemouth job? That looks like it's about to.
Alex Crook said that was bollocks, though, so I don't know.
Oh, that Alex Crook. Well, it must be true then. That prick is on there. 177.
Oof. That was a good one.
Very good one.
What did that put me on?
324.
Let's go Teddy Sheringham.
And who did he win the Premier League with?
Not Spurs.
Definitely not Spurs.
Manchester United.
Do you do that in a Manc accent or a Scouse accent?
Did you say did I do it?
Yeah.
No, I did it in that in betweeners. Manchester.
You like Manchester? You support Manchester. Right. He scored in the Premier League 146 goals.
Very nice.
I'll go for Ryan Giggs.
Who do you win it with?
Manchester.
Are we
You like
talking
Manchester?
about...
You like your brother's wife?
Yeah, what I was about to say. It says here...
Alison, I love you. I love you.
You're the only girl for me. Well, it says here that he scored 108 goals, but 200 times with his brother's missus. Oh, what's that?
108, yeah?
108, yeah. Leads you on 216.
I'm going to take a gamble on this and go Thierry Henry.
Oh, you bastard.
It might be over, though, to be fair.
Thierry Henry. We're like so close to like a massive bottle, aren't we, with Arsenal?
Oh, that honestly, it'd be generational.
We're so close.
If they lose to City, that's it.
Who would have thought? Only Arsenal could make everyone want City to win the league.
270 minus 175.
Oof.
So 97.
97, yeah.
I think this is what I said to my mate who's a Liverpool fan. I was like, you do understand, like when it was between Liverpool and Arsenal, I said, you realise people just want you to win it because everyone hates Arsenal. Usually everyone wants Liverpool to lose it.
Yeah, no one wants. I hate Arsenal. I don't even know why, but I always.
Since Robert Pires, that's when I hate it.
It must be. It has to be. I can't work out why I hate him so much.
And Martin Keown as well.
Oh, that guy honestly needs to get pushed off a bridge. Genuinely, I hate that guy so much. The amount he shouldn't be pushed off a bridge, by the way, is a figure of speech.
Imagine someone actually goes and does it.
Harry told me to.
Pompey Patter podcast.
The amount of shit that bloke chats on TalkSport is so honestly, and he's like, "Oh, there's an Arsenal bias." It's like, no, you post videos of you watching TikToks in training and holding pens together.
Completely
like
we were supposed to do your little segment.
That's right. We'll save that for another day.
The thing is, like, the one where they put the ball between their head, I've done that. Like when you do that thing as a group to keep the ball together to move as one, but the pen thing is just weird.
But also posting it all over the socials, like you're just asking for trouble.
Yeah.
Especially if they do bottle it, it's just going to be. I'd be general. I would take Spurs getting relegated if it meant Arsenal ended up with nothing.
Wow. Wow, that's a massive shout. That is a massive shout. So, Haz, who do you want?
Didier Drogba.
Oh, I had him on him.
Nice.
The king of finals, pretty much.
Yeah, big game player, isn't he?
Massive game player.
Well, there's another big game that John Messino didn't lose on Tuesday, by the way.
Yeah,
keeps his 100% non-loss record of big games.
Yeah. I brought that up in the chat, didn't I? I said I don't think he's lost a big game, and he still hasn't.
But that's the thing. Like, could you not look at the Plymouth game at home and think that's a big game? Really.
No.
Because it wasn't, was it? It didn't feel like a big game.
No, but it's probably a bigger game than Leeds at home, mainly just because of...
No, because we were like 10 clear at that point. It wasn't really...
No, yeah, it weren't a big game. Leeds was a big game.
Whereas Ipswich, we were like, what? We were 1 point clear, and we beat Ipswich. That's a bigger game than the Plymouth one.
Yeah. So Didier Drogba scored 104 goals.
Nice.
Leaves you on 112, has. Russ, you're on 97.
Okay.
No idea if you can check out or not, so don't ask.
I was shocked a little while ago to learn that Ruud van Nistelrooy just missed out on the 100 club. I might have bang on here, because it might have been 97. So Ruud van Nistelrooy.
How do you spell his surname?
Just put in Ruud, surely that'll come up, won't it? Ruud van. Surely that'll come up. W with a Ruud. I know that.
Is it a W, is it?
No, I mean, there's 2 U's.
Oh, right. Somebody said W.
Yeah, a double U.
That's actually rude. Let me put it in Google quick. So I did spell it right the second time. It's just taking a lifetime to load for some random reason. Why is it not? Hold on. Ruud van Nistelrooy. That's why. I did spell it wrong. Well, I've got my L and my E the wrong way around. And I typed it back in the same way as well. Nistelrooy. Another well-run production.
As always. The most, disastrous starts you've ever seen.
Exactly.
And that's even watching Daz play.
What is going on here?
Can I go and look on my phone?
Daz, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. But for some reason, sometimes on transfer market, it pops up with a random ad, and you can't get out of it. Right, I'm back in the game.
Are you using a Macintosh?
Huh?
Probably.
Right, Ruud van Nistelrooy scored. Why is it not showing me Premier League? This is horrendous. All competitions.
We are sorry for the people listening live and whatever podcast platform you are listening to.
Well, you can thingy this down, can't you?
No, I'm not.
He scored 95.
I generally thought I had it bang on.
Leaves you on 2.
Oh, fuck off. 2. Oh, that's horrendous.
Has
Sadio Mane.
Was that a Scouse accent? I couldn't work that one out.
Yeah, it was, lads. All right. Sadio Mane's the best player in the world. What are you laughing for? I
don't like that, matey, by the way.
Yeah, but that is a great meme, though.
If you aren't Al-Ball, she'd be uncle, but she don't, so she's not. You know what I'm trying to say?
It's absolutely performative.
Daz
is rattled by some teenage scouts.
He just don't seem like anyone on social media, does he?
They're all annoying. I hate podcasters. I hate them all.
Yes.
111 leaves you.
Oh! So I've got to find a Premier League goal score, a Premier League winner that scored 1 goal,
or 11. Between 1 and 11, really. I think.
Russ, what are you on? 2.
2. I'm gonna go for. Was it him that did it for Man United? Was it Steve Bruce? Didn't he get 2? And there might have been all he scored. I don't know. Oh shit! This is horrible. Steve Bruce.
He must have scored more than that, surely.
I don't know. Not many more, if he has, because I think he retired that season, didn't he? He's only played 1 Premier League season.
Oh, did he?
Or 2. No more than 2.
Steve Bruce. 1 hits. Stats.
I'm sure that season he was the only, I'm sure I've heard the story that he was the only player that hadn't scored that season, and he ended up getting 2.
He actually scored, it says here, Premier League goals 11.
Fuck off.
Apparently.
Oh. All
So
he
only
always
if
has.
you're on -9. So
All he always
has.
has. I've made it easy for you now, because you got now, what, how many goals? 9?
Okay, so I'm going to go for a really random player, but he
Oh, I
was
should
like,
have said Schmeichel.
Oh, I know, that's what I was thinking.
Fuck!
I'm not
Giving
going.
you an answer. Sorry.
I'm not. I won't go for him. A really random player that played at United, but he scored like one banging goal, and that's all I can remember, and that's Federico Makeda. He was like a. He was like a.
I think he got 2. I'm sure he scored against Villa as
He
well. But
he got like a couple of goals, and he
yeah,
was a
but
young kid.
he's
But
definitely not scored more than, was it 9? You've
no,
done
he
it. You've
wasn't.
done
He
it with that.
wasn't there. He had like a banging like back end of one season, and then he just died. Like he
Yeah.
literally dropped off a cliff.
I'm sure he might have scored 2, and that's it. He definitely won. Someone
you-
ordered didn't go Peter Schmeichel. I don't know if that's annoyed me more than the Paul Merson thing. Why did I say that would have been a brilliant way to win as well?
Makeda.
Just seen the Palace score. Are they going to bottle it?
What's the score?
Well, they were 4-0 up on aggregate. They're now 4-2, and they got 20 minutes left.
Squeaky bum time.
Oh, it's only on the 70th minute as well.
Yep.
Makeda.
Can you believe it? Jack Harrison plays for Fiorentina.
Yeah, no, yeah. I've just put it on just to
when
see
did
what the
that
score
happen?
was, and he was on the screen.
So has he scored 4 Premier League goals, which means you have won.
Yes, lads.
Fuck off, Schmeichel.
Well done.
Thank you.
Danke.
Right. Come on in, Az.
Bit late now, mate.
What? Huh?
Bit late for it, mate.
No, fuck off, you're doing it. Right, go on then.
Bit late, I'm telling you.
No, I don't care. Do it. Make it easy then. Pick an easy player.
Right. Clue number 1. I can't be asked to play the music. Get on with it. Clue number 1. I played for 2 clubs 3 separate times each in my career.
3 clubs, 2 separate times. 3 clubs, 2 separate times. Crouch.
Helps if I had the sound ready, doesn't it? It's almost as disorganised as Daz.
3 clubs, 2 separate times.
I just thought of 2 and then hoped he had a third.
3 clubs, 2 separate times. I don't know, Defoe.
Clue number 2. I played with Hayden Carter, Cameron Pring and Isel McLeod, but not at Pompey.
This is more recent then. So Pring's only been at Bristol City, hasn't he? Sure, that's where we loaned him from, and he's still there now, isn't he? Is Pring
He is,
still
yes.
there?
Yeah.
So it's got to be an ex-Bristol City player then.
So we had from Bristol City, who's played at Bristol City, Cal Naismith.
He ain't gone back anywhere, has he?
McCrory.
Big Daddy Rob.
McCrory.
McCrory, he ain't gone back anywhere.
Rob Atkinson.
Big Daddy Rob.
Jesus Christ. Rob Atkinson.
Was it Pring?
Pring McCrory, Rob Atkinson. Cal Smith. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Who was the other two players again, Daz? I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
Hayden Carter,
That's it.
Cameron Pring, Isel McLeod.
Right.
So,
again, Carter's only been at Blackburn.
yeah, I'm sure, unless he's been on loan somewhere. But who's played? Paul Downing? From
It's got to
Blackburn?
be an older player to be able to go back that many times to clubs.
Yeah. How many clubs has Paul Downing played for?
Someone we've signed twice recently.
Marlon Pack?
Is that your guess?
Yeah. Oh. Just played Pompey twice, didn't he? Well, I can't remember if he actually made a first team appearance.
I think he made one in a cup, didn't he? If I remember rightly. Just to get the next question, let's go for who we signed again. Chaplin. I know it's wrong. Oh, shut up, dog.
Did your dog make that noise?
Yeah.
Clue number 3. I played 30 times for Pompey, scoring 6 goals.
This was supposed to be an easy one.
I just picked whatever was in the correct episode, mate.
Oh, okay.
30 times, scoring 6 goals.
Indeed.
So, obviously, it was a one season wonder. What about playing someone like Mark McNulty or...
Yeah, he's gone back and forth for clubs, isn't he?
Yeah. Is it like that Lavery as
But
well?
yeah, but then McNulty got about 11, didn't he? I'm sure he did.
Lavery? Did he score?
He didn't play 30 games, though.
Did he not?
No, he's only on loan for, a couple months?
What other players, like forward players that we had on loan?
But he's got us again.
Yeah. Jesus. Someone like maybe a Carl Baker?
That could be a shout. Did he go back to a former club?
Did he go back to Coventry? No, he wouldn't have done then, no, because they were... Actually... Yeah, because when we went to League... when we got promoted to League One, Coventry got relegated, didn't they? To League Two. And likes of Michael Doyle. Ooh. Have we had a Michael Doyle yet? No, he would have played more.
He would have played more than 30 games.
Yeah, he played 2 proper seasons, didn't he? 6 goals. I'm just going to... I don't know why, I just got Carl Baker in my head. Something of Journeyman as well.
Say it, just so...
Yeah, Carl Baker. No.
So I think Pring was probably on loan somewhere else.
Maybe, yeah. The younger.
I don't know. I genuinely don't have a clue. Let's just think of someone. I don't know. Pittman. I genuinely don't know. He's got us again.
Yeah, just give us one little clue.
What season did he play for us?
Yeah.
11-12.
Oh, fucking hell. 6 goals, 30 odd games.
11-12. So that was.
Who's a clip? No, it couldn't have been him. Could it? Could he gone back to like foreign clubs, I suppose?
Was that the season we got relegated from the Championship? Or was that the season the first season?
11-12 is the season we got relegated. It can't be Hughes Click, 'cause he wouldn't play with like Pring, would he?
Like Luke Varney, Dave Kitson.
Ah, Varney's a shout.
Luke Varney, Dave Kitson. Yeah, maybe Luke
Is it
Varney.
Varney? Is it Luke Varney?
There you go.
Yeah. Well done, Has. Another good one, mate.
So he played with. There we go. He played with Hayden Carter at Burton.
Okay.
He played with Cameron Pring at Cheltenham.
Yep.
And Israel McLeod at Charlton.
And what's the clubs he went back to then?
He played. You would want to close the tab, wouldn't you? For fuck's sake.
I'm gonna have my phone. Hang on.
No, hang on. So he went back to his first club, which was Quorn.
All right.
He started and finished his career there. He did Burton twice. He did Ipswich twice. He did Derby on loan and then Derby permanently. And then he also did Blackburn on loan and then Blackburn permanently after us. And he also joined Wednesday 3 times on loan within 2 seasons.
Jesus.
So I could have made it even harder for you, but I thought...
Yeah. No, they're pretty good. Well done, Has. You won again with 2 weeks in a row now.
Boom.
Right then, boys. Thanks for joining me as always. We'll be back next week. Hopefully Pompey... Hopefully we come next week. We might be safe. Who knows?
We might be.
Yeah. Hopefully you can probably get a win Saturday, and good luck to the fans travelling to Coventry Tuesday night. Play at Pompey. See you next week.